It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got a rematch of last year's wild card round in the NFC playoffs. It's the Rams and the Lions on Sunday night primetime.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday nights, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Cade Scott, and it is a very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room. To week 1 across the different seasons, and whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Whether it was hope springs eternal, even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're
It's been a great day of football to begin the season, and now it's time for our main event. We're off on Sunday night. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 16-year pro, rebounded from an injury last season, Matthew Stafford.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
That's taken in by Kupp. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Short yardage situation here, it's 3rd and 2. Running for the marker with Williams. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Pass complete. Tutu Atwell. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Able to find Nakua here. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Give him 8 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Working inside the red zone. He gets this one to Nakua. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Williams will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Rams take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Khalif Raymond to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. And leading them out in his 9th NFL season, they experienced a real resurgence last year. It's Jared Goff.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right, week 1, all has a sense of gratitude, all has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Jared Verse on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They'll run again with Montgomery. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun. Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
1st down throw from Goff. That one's incomplete over the middle.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. He gets this one to Peoples-Jones. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. 3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing again, it's Goff. Finds Laporta. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Off play action, Goff. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This play goes for 36. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Now, right there, that's what what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Goff on 1st and 10. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh no, give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early, and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you can start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Straight ahead with Williams. Across the 45 and still going. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
All set up now for 1st and 10. They fake the handoff now. Stafford launches one deep downfield. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. That's Carlton Davis.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first. Now gone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. It's a gain of 5, but they're still well behind the sticks. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Goff. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
It's fourth down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what
Yep.
works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
Stafford now on first down. Complete. It's Atwell. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
First down, Los Angeles.
Up the gut they go with Williams. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. That's the end of the first quarter and our first Sunday night game of the season. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stafford. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It's complete to Higbee. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackled by Jack Campbell. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A handoff to Williams. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Looking for the back that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Sly's kick is up and good. And they come away with some points on that series.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll motion Peoples-Jones left. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
13 yards on the play. Pass
Here's Gall. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Picked up by the Rams. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyren Williams again. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. They send the tight end in motion. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal. From the red zone now. This throw is cupped. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. It's taken in by Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams take a 3-possession lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one. Softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He finds Laporta. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Complete to the back, David Montgomery. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Motion man sent left. Montgomery now up the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be first down, Detroit. Out of the shotgun, Carr. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 23. This is hauled in by Peoples-Jones. And he'll go down here at the 16. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Williams coming in motion right. First down throw from Goff. Has it down close. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Montgomery can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal. Goff setting to throw. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions start to fight back with their first points of this game. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Badgley with the extra point. And the Lions cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stafford now. That one complete to Higbee. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Nakua nabs this one along the sideline. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
1st and 10 from the 41. This is Williams. He was descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Stafford from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Stafford now against the blitz. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. It's the Lions, who only need a couple on 2nd and 2. From the 36, setting up the running back screen. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. St. Brown's got it. Complete. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. Throwing again. It's Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he crosses midfield before going out. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. From the gun, Goff. Throw complete to Williams. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions make it a one-score game before halftime. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Point after converted from Badgley. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Finds him over the middle. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 30 on 2nd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Terrion Arnold has it. And the Lions have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Lions going to go on offense here late in the half. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Laporta with the grab. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds Laporta. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Catch made left side by Laporta. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. From the red zone now. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Lambo able to put it through. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One final shot before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate. Thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, we'll make the trek east to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, take 2 for Aaron Rodgers, the Jets and Niners from Santa Clara. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll motion Peoples-Jones left. On 1st down, it's Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the shotgun, Goff. This is hauled in by Peoples-Jones. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play action with Goff. Go left side, and St. Brown has it. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Lions the 1st. Off play action, Goff. Finds him on the crossing route. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, But sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Goff to the air now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. And that brings up 4th and short. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Kupp on the catch. Don't think he's going to get much, if any, as he heads out of bounds right near the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Stafford from the gun. He'll get this to Kupp. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. Third down coming. Now Stafford again. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. The Lions ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Goff on 1st and 10. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. And he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Brock, you remember when they were near their own end zone? Yeah, things have totally changed now. 1st and 10 in enemy territory. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. First down throw from Goff. Short pass caught by his tight end.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Goff. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And that will set up first and goal.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
First down from the red zone. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions make it a 9-point advantage. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Badgley with the extra point. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game. Fox now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 13 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a first down. Williams on the carry. He's got a gain of 6 there. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 43. This is hauled in by Atwell. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Looking slant route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. With the INT.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Now Goff. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first down, it's Goff. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again, following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. Goff setting to throw. Montgomery hauls this one in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 19. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. All right, set now, first and 10. Back to throw here, Stafford. That's taken in by Kupp. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Stafford now. Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's Rams football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Second and 3 now. Stafford from the gun. It's complete to Higbee. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all. Now
Stafford again. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up. Here's Stafford. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Cooper Kupp, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now Stafford to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction. How well the defense had that one covered.
And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They send a tight end in motion. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. This is Montgomery. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 20 on 2nd down. Gets this to Montgomery. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. On the gun, Goff. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Here's Goff. He's got it. And in for the Detroit touchdown. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers. And it's been done less than 50 times in league history. Badgley for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions take a 3-possession lead. Fox now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. On first down, here's Stafford. This one's caught. It's Kupp near the sideline. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. He'll get this to Kupp. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Kupp on the catch. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Stafford now on first down. This is hauled in by Atwell. And they take him down right along the 30.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Goff on 1st and 10. Laporta with the grab. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 37-yard line.
They go play action with Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one hits first at the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards, 2nd down coming up.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. And they pick him off again. Terrion Arnold has it. And the Lions are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Detroit. And someone has officially flown higher than the Dutchman, Brock. That completion pushes him past Norm Van Brocklin for the most passing yards in a game in NFL history. The mark of 554 yards has stood resolute since back in 1951, and 7 decades later, someone has finally topped it. Badgley for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Lions take a 3-possession lead. Fox now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down. Throwing now, Stafford. Setting up the running back screen. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Now Stafford again. And they pick him off again. Alex Anzalone with the pick. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
First and 10 from the 41. They send St. Brown in motion left. Gonna start things off with a sweep. And he's able to get this down to the 36. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's the pick up for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
A give now to Montgomery. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions looking like they'll start this season with a win. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Running left, it's Montgomery. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Throwing is gone. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Rams headed out to the field now. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds the in route complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. On 1st down, here's Stafford. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. From the red zone now. Kupp on the catch. And this one doesn't go far. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Stafford from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. Oh, he's in trouble here. He'll go down. The Lions got him. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.